a story that I wanted to talk about. So yes, it was a not very easy work. It was easy at the beginning when we were thinking about to make it, and after it was not so easy to make a mix between the show and the story, and it has been a lot of work. But the people of the Bizarre Club, which have been seeing the movie, I just walking copy before we went to Berlin in New York. Were very happy. I was very anxious about this because it's always difficult when you are filming this kind of performance to feel the atmosphere when you are in this place at Bizarre. And I was very anxious. We will have exactly the same atmosphere when we will see this in a movie, you know. And they were very happy about this. So yes, yeah, I'm proud of it.
But you never thought about doing a documentary about it?
No. The first idea was to only for us to make some images, because this kind of place is that I wanted to show a very fragile, very ephemeral place. And I said to my friend, we have to make some images, because in 1 year, 2 years, it will be completely different, this kind of place. And now, when I was in New York, we have been shooting in last May, and I was in New York in last December. It has already changed because there are some problem with the police, because of the neighborhood, and it was.
But they're not going broke like in the film.
Yes. So maybe in 1 year it will be different. So I think we have been shooting at the right period.
Okay.
Yeah, I think. Yeah.
And how did you develop the story? You didn't want to do a story about one of the performers, but you decided to take someone from the outside, very young, very innocent, and then bring him into this. Why that?
Yes, it's this guy is ephemeral too. He's 18, and he's at an age. He's not really a man, but he's living childhood, you know. And I wanted to show at a period which is very short in the life, you know, when everybody is looking at you, when you are a nice person, and it can be the same for a girl. And everybody wants to possess you, maybe, or help you also.
Yeah.
And I wanted to put this person in this kind of cabaret, you know.
Mm-hmm.
And yes, it was, and I wanted to also to talk about what I think a nice love story between this very strange love story, maybe with these strange boys. And
unfortunately, your cast is not here anymore tonight.
No, they left this morning. I'm very sad.
How did you find them? How did you find Pierre?
Pierre. So the French guy Pierre was. I made a very big casting in Paris because I wanted a boy to come from France to Brooklyn. And I saw about 100 people, because when you are looking for an 18-year-old boy, it's very difficult to find someone who has been making a lot of movies before. You know? And so I've been looking at a lot of some of them I met in the street, and I like to sometimes to find some people in the street.
Okay.
And I didn't find what exactly I want, and my best friend, which is also the producer of the movie, my co-producer, is a photographer, and said, I made photos with a guy. He's not an actor, but I think he can be interesting maybe for you. Yeah. So I met the guy, and we make some trials, and I say, oh my God, it's very exactly what I want, you know.
It's great.
Yes. Yeah. And about the others, Luca, Adrian.
Yeah.
I made the casting in New York, and I was asking for an androgynous boy.
Uh-huh.
And when I received the photo of him, I say, oh my God, it's exactly what I want. But is he a good actor or not? You know, it was horrible, because when I met him for the first time, I said, oh my God, if he's not a good actor, it will be horrible for me, because the face and the looking is perfect, you know. And he was very great. He comes from theater. He has been making a lot, like American people, a lot of theater and working. He's dancing, singing, and.
But it was his first film. He said.
Yeah, first film.
Yes.
Yeah, it was
first time that he worked in front of a camera.
Yeah. And Raquel, the girl, the dark hair girl. I saw her in the Abel Ferrara movie with Gérard Depardieu, which is called Welcome to New York, or in New York, I don't remember, to New York, I think. Yeah. This is a story, you know, of this French guy who has sex with, okay, so that. And she was playing with Depardieu and say, I wanted to have a girl which was beautiful, but also very, something like strong, you know. And I met her, and immediately I said, okay, I want this one. Okay.
Great. Well, now the audience from the other theater has arrived as well. If you have questions, please raise your hand, raise your voice. Now is the time.
Don't be shy, come on.
You can also just make a comment. Yes, in the middle there, please.
Okay, I have a question, and what is the significance of that man with the hat and the murdering of him and leaving on a subway train naked?
Okay, the question is about the end, the significance of the man with the head, and then Pierre leaving on the Maurice leaving on the subway.
You know, in fact, when I make movies, sometimes because I don't want with words to answer to the question, but no, about the man, this is a movie about phantasm too. Every one of us have some phantasm on everything, and I wanted to keep this guy very mysterious, you know, and that we can think about ourselves. Who is this guy? And there is a few interpretations, and when I talk with people, but I want really to stay mysterious about this guy. The only thing we know is very dangerous, and the only thing we know, he has a great problem with the young boy. So
that shows.
Yeah, that shows. And about the end, in fact, this guy Pierre, Maurice, in the movie, because of the murder, they think there's no future, and because the bar is going to close because of money problem, etc. He thinks all these people have maybe no future now, and we had a very strange but very interesting family at the end of this movie with these 5 people living together in this apartment. And maybe he's an 18-year-old boy, and he thinks this is the only solution. Maybe there will be, it would be better for them to be died than to continue like this. But in fact, we don't really know. If you look very well at the movie, the candle is moving very a lot, you know. So
it might not go off.
We don't know. Maybe it's a positive ending or negative. And alone in the subway, nude. Maybe it's a kind of, we can imagine, like kind of offering of himself, of his body, that everybody wants to possess. And he said, okay, take my body, I'm going to Manhattan, and yes, I'm like an offering, and yes. But we, okay.
Do we have another question? Okay.
First of all, I want to give you a compliment on this film, because it was like a shaped diamond of New York, which was like shining in so many facets. And you saw the stranger from Breakfast at Tiffany's, you saw the loner of Raging Bull, you saw actually a very, very young Robert De Niro in your actor, you saw taxi driver, loner, who doesn't really know what to do in New York. You actually see so many different things of New York movies that I was wondering, are you a New York film buff? That such a movie with so many different New York films comes up. There's actually Studio 54 in it. I see what I was missing in Short Bus in your movie. I see actually a little bit of Woody Allen dialogue when the androgynous boy was hooked up by the boxer. And yes, this is actually my compliment to your movie at first. And then I want to ask you, there is actually some kind of critique in your movie as well on this hedonistic underground scene of New York, which came with the tragic, sad music that you put on the scenes when you see people dancing during their performances. And I was wondering, is this kind of sadness and critique on this scene intended or unintended, and did I just put it in?
Yes, you're right. This performer in the Bizarre Club. So there is many others, and I choose the performers which was really in adequation about what I wanted to talk about in the movie. So, but these guys are very interesting because they want completely to be free about what they want to do, and sometimes you can imagine when you see this that it's not thinking. Well, they do crazy things without thinking about what they are doing, and in fact, I've stayed a lot of time in this club, and I've been talking with them, looking to the show, etc. And they think about what they are doing. It's not only to provoke, you know. They want to say about something with their performance. But also, there is a kind of sadness sometimes with them. And especially, I like very much the old guys which is playing guitar, you know, and with a very nice song. I shoot him very closely. This is a guy about 70 years old. He was like a drag queen in the Studio 54, you know, in this period. And this guy are sad, very sad now about everything happened, etc. And in this kind of people, there is a kind, like a clown, there is kind of fun every time, but inside of them, a lot of them, there is also sadness. So I wanted to show also this about this person, but it's not, it's for me, it's because I like them, you know, that I wanted to show. It's not to denigrate them, absolutely not, you know, but they represent something very fragile, and it's why I wanted to oppose them to the Manhattan city. Manhattan is the center of the world, of the capitalism. Every time in Manhattan, when first, for example, when I make the first screening for the actors in Manhattan, the first thing they ask, how many money do you have for making the screening? You know, they don't ask. The dollar is always in Manhattan. So I wanted to show that Brooklyn is going more and more like Manhattan now, you know, and people are going farther because it's expensive. The place of the Bizarre 5 years before was very cheap. Now it's very expensive because all nice people want to be in this place, you know. So this is very fragile, this kind of place. And it's that I wanted to show a little in the movie then.
Unfortunately, we're out of time.
Yeah.
Thank you very much for coming here, for presenting your film. Good luck with it.
Yes, I was very happy, and thank you to all of you. Yeah, thank you.
And may I remind you, you can still vote for the Audience Award. Thank you.